Hi guys, it's Max from HiOnAndroid.com, where we get on Android every day. Google has just announced Pixel and Pixel XL smartphones. These are the new Nexus phones. Google has rebranded them as Pixel phones. Now, the only real difference between Pixel and Pixel XL is the screen size, 5 inches versus 5.5 inches. And I know a lot of you wondering what are the differences between the S7 Edge and the Pixel XL since they have the screen size. So let's go ahead and take a look. Alright guys, first, Pixel XL and S7 Edge both have 5.5-inch AMOLED screen with 1440p display. Now that AMOLED screen on the Pixel XL is probably made by Samsung. For right now, let's say it's comparable. And they're both 534 ppi, so you should get pretty much the same resolution, same display quality on the Pixel XL or the S7 Edge. Alright, second, the back camera on Pixel XL will come with an f2.0 12.3 megapixel 1.55 micron sensor size versus S7 Edge's f1.7 12 megapixel 1.4 micron sensor size. Alright, those are just numbers, but which one is better? Now, if you have a bigger sensor size, you can have a smaller aperture, f2.0 is smaller than f1.7, and still get a nice bokeh. So the bigger sensor size on the Pixel XL may mean better photos in low light. Now, based on DxOMark's results, the Pixel XL has better camera than the S7 Edge, supposedly. Now, we'll have to test it out, but as a user of 6P, which has virtually the same specs, it has f2.0, 1.55 micron sensor size, and Google has improved upon that, I can pretty much predict that the Pixel XL will have better low-light performance than the S7 Edge in certain situations, not all. Alright, that looks really promising. Now, one important thing they did add this year on the Pixel XL over the Nexus 6P is OIS, image stabilization, which the 6P didn't have. And the videos were horrible. Now you have video stabilization, just like on the S7 Edge, and all the newer phones like the Note 7, LG V20, LG G5. So I don't think it will be anywhere behind the S7 Edge in terms of photo and video performance. Now the front camera has f2.0 8 megapixel 1.4 microns sensor size versus S7 Edge's f1.7 1.4 microns sensor size. The specs are nearly equal. The aperture is a little bit better on the S7 Edge, and the S7 Edge had the best front-facing camera I've ever tried. So that will ultimately come down to which one is actually better. Alright, I'll have that in my full unboxing. Next up is battery capacity. 3450 mAh on the Pixel XL versus 3600 mAh on the S7 Edge. Now, the good thing with Pixel XL is using AMOLED screen, so it should have similar results as the S7 Edge. Also, it has Android 7.1 Nougat, which should give you better battery. So roughly, without testing, I would say they're about equal. It can't be way worse than S7 Edge, or it might be even a little bit better. Alright, fourth, let's talk about the weight. The Pixel XL weighs in at 168 grams versus the S7 Edge 157 grams. Not too much difference, but the Pixel XL is a slightly heavier phone. Alright, fifth, fast charging is supported on both phones. Alright, you should have no problems charging both phones fast. The S7 Edge has USB Type-B. The Pixel phones have USB Type-C. That I'm not too concerned about, but for some of you, it may make a difference. Alright, performance, this is huge. The Pixel phones come with the latest Snapdragon 821 processor versus the S7 Edge. It has Qualcomm 820, or it has the Exynos 8890. Now, performance is definitely going to be better on the Pixel phones, obviously because of the newer chip. So if you need pure performance, I would definitely go with the new Pixel phones. It is now officially the fastest phones on Earth, with 4 gigs of memory for both S7 Edge and the Pixel phones. Alright, sixth, I may be losing these numbers. Storage. Alright, storage. The Pixel phones come with 32 or 128 gigs of storage with no micro SD card. The S7 Edge does come with micro SD card, so you don't have to worry about storage. Now, here is the kicker. Google is offering unlimited original photos and 4K video storage of your Pixel storage, which means you can easily offload all of your photos, all of your 4K in original resolution. Now, this may be good or bad depending on where you live. For example, where I live in SF Bay Area, I get very good signals. I pretty much have Wi-Fi everywhere I go. It is super fast. I can really take advantage of cloud services, so I can offload all my photos, all my 4K videos off my Pixel phone to the cloud. All right, that's all free from Google. But if you live in rural areas or countries where internet is hard to find, Perhaps you have to pay for every gigabyte, then this unlimited option probably not big of a value to you. So it really depends on where you live, what kind of internet services you have, or maybe you live right next to McDonald's where you can get free Wi-Fi and offload all your photos or videos. So think about that. That could be an advantage or it could not be an advantage. All right, 7th, waterproofing. IP53 on Pixel XL, which means it's not waterproof. Never put it in the water. Don't drop it in the water. Don't even spit on it. It'll probably die. Versus the S7 Edge, it's IP68. I use it every day going to the spa here. I dump it every day in the hot water. I even periscope with you guys. Never had a single problem. I even put it in my washer one time. It's a great waterproof phone. In that regards, the Pixel phones, it's a phone you don't want to put water on it. Simple as that. If you go in the water often, the S7 Edge may be a better choice. All right, next up is speakers. The Pixel phones no longer have stereo speakers. It's not a feature this year, so that's sort of disappointing. The S7 Edge speakers aren't that great either, unless you root it and install a sound mod. It's sort of low. So if you're looking for the best speakers, either phone is not going to cut it. All right, lastly but not least, the S7 Edge and both Google Pixel phones offer VR. The S7 Edge obviously has Gear VR. Right now you can get a Gear VR for $69 at Best Buy. That's a very good deal. Samsung has done a terrific job of building a ton of apps. You can play Minecraft on VR. There's a ton of games, good selection. Now on the other hand, Google has just announced their new Daydream, which is a new VR. It's gonna take time for them to build apps, bring more developers to it. But since Google is core of Android, it won't be too long before we see just as many apps on Google's Daydream. But if you get the Daydream right now, you're pretty much a guinea pig for their new VR system. Now, one thing they have going for them that's way better than Samsung VR is the Daydream controller. It's a 3D space controller, just like the one found on HTC Vive, which I have, and I hate using it because I gotta set up like 4 sensors. But Google is able to do it without the sensors on a smartphone. So this could be very huge down the line. I just think it's too early to go all in. But the good thing is the price of Daydream VR is only $79. So it's very affordable. A lot of developers going to get their hands on it and develop a ton of apps. So in terms of VR, I think Samsung is ahead, but Google is definitely on the right track to overtake Samsung eventually. Alright, as far as pricing, Google Pixel XL goes for $769 price. That's not including tax. Now you can pick up an unlocked international GSM version on eBay, brand new one for just $599. But do note that Pixel XL does have the latest 821 Snapdragon processor versus the 820. That's probably one of the major reasons why it's more expensive. So it really boils down to what features you absolutely need. All right, so think about that. And if you're gonna purchase a Pixel XL, I recommend you do it like today because I think they're running out of stock already. Anyway, I just wanted to do this quick wrap up for you guys between the S7 Edge and also the Pixel XL. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll do more of these specs comparisons if you want me to. Do leave a thumbs up. Leave a comment if you like this video or not, or your thoughts. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, Instagram, Periscope. You can ask me questions on my Periscope and we can hang out. I'll see you soon. As always, stay on Android.
Click here to subscribe.